Oh, Ty, thank God you're here. I cannot figure this out.
What's going on?
Well, I finally got the PS5 online, and it's burning up my discs.
Wait, you actually got the PS5?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I came in, yeah, and I unboxed it, and I started trying to put one of my old discs in, but it just keeps spitting out a burnt disc.
A burnt disc?
Yeah, like literally, like hot, like burnt.
Is your system getting warm? Like, did you feel it?
Yeah, it actually gets like red hot. So I put
Red hot?
Yeah, I put the disc in the top, and then I push the thing down.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The disc in the top.
Yes.
Did you?
There's two slots, so it can play two games at
Two
once.
slots.
Yeah.
Two slots.
I guess it's the future of technology. So I tried it with two discs actually. I put them both in, pushed the lever down, and then it like popped up burnt discs in like a minute later.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay. So, well, no, you answered it. So, like, it took a minute before it popped back.
Yeah. Around a minute or so. And it's weird. I'm not even getting like a picture on the screen either. I don't know.
That's a toaster.
No. Well, look, the box it's clearly a PS5.
I don't care what the box says.
Yeah.
Look, it's not even the same thing that's on the box.
It's not even.
Did you even look at the box?
I was just really excited to get it, to be honest. I got it from eBay. Like, why would I?
Why would somebody on eBay just screw you over?
It only cost me $3,000.
$3,000?
I wanted the play. You know, fuck it. I'm just gonna go run a bath.
Run a what?
I said I'm gonna run a bath.
I don't. Oh, toaster. Okay, I got it. Because you're
yeah.
gonna like kill
like
yourself.
yeah, absolutely.
Suicide's not funny.
Eh. Oh. Hello, and welcome to the TNT Podcast, the show where we talk about anything, and I mean anything, except the thing you're thinking of. But I like your style. We'll also be doing whatever the hell else we feel like, because it's our show, and we do what we want. I'm Tyler.
I'm Ty.
Wow.
I was ready.
So ready.
Really ready.
How ready were you?
I was so ready. My voice.
I was so ready.
Puberty's a bitch.
It is. I mean, especially perpetual puberty. Say that 40 times fast.
Perpetual puberty. I can't even say it once.
Yeah. So how are things?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. I got the vaccine
Oh,
yesterday.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. So how's that going?
Yeah. So yesterday when I actually got it, was a little sore, like, you know, when I would like lift my arm up or stuff, but it wasn't too bad. And yeah, today, like, no symptoms at all. Like I actually forgot I had it for the longest time, and you know, I came over and, you know, Lexi asked how I was feeling. I'm like, fine. Why?
You're like, why? Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, you know, you're shot, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm fine.
Yeah,
No symptoms at all.
So literally nothing, like no body aches,
Nope.
Not feeling any like lightheadedness or dizziness or nothing like that.
Absolutely nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because I have heard of some people I know personally that have gotten it that say they do experience some of that kind of thing, and especially soreness around the injection site.
Yeah. Like if I lift my arm like more than 90 degrees, like I can feel it just right around the site. But yeah.
But I mean, you were punctured by a needle, so
Yeah.
that's to be expected.
And I didn't look at the needle either. My dad said
no.
he did, and it's like over an inch long.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I didn't. I refused to look at it.
Never. I haven't gotten a shot in a very long time, which probably isn't good. I should get my flu shots every year. I really should, but I don't know.
I got my first one this year. I never got a flu shot before.
I procrastinate, and I really know I should get them, but for me, I get them to protect those around me more than I would get it for myself, and I'm not really spending time around people anyway because of COVID. So.
Right.
But no, it has been a very long time since I've gotten a shot, so I'm not nervous per se, but it's just like, I don't know, I forget what it feels like. So,
Yeah, I am definitely not a needle person. Like if I have to regularly get blood.
I have to get blood drawn.
I have to get my blood drawn. I have to get blood drawn like every 6 months or so for some of the medicine I take, and like when they do it, like I have to, like, I turn my head the opposite direction, and I'm sitting there like shaking my leg up and down, like just to distract myself from it.
I don't like the feeling of getting blood drawn. Like I can actually feel the blood like leaving me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's subconscious or what, but I actually feel like I can feel the blood exiting my arm, and I don't like that feeling.
Yeah, no, I get psychologically, I think I know what you mean. Like, I don't know, just feeling the needle in there. Like I tend to just like scratch my arm to try and like draw the pain somewhere else.
Yeah.
And,
To me, it's not the pain, it's the feeling. Like, I actually feel the needle in me. Like, it doesn't hurt that bad, really.
yeah, but
It's just like
agitating.
uncomfortable. Like,
yeah.
and even after I'm done, like when they put the Band-Aid on you and all, I feel like I can't bend my
Yeah,
arm.
I'm
I
the
have to
same
keep my arm
exact way.
straight or I'm going to ruin it.
Just the idea that I have a needle inside my arm right now.
Yeah, not good.
No. I don't know how like junkies do it.
Hell no. There's no way I could do that for funsies.
Like they do it in between their toes. Mm-hmm. Some like do they actually do it in their eyes? Like I've heard
of that. I've never, and I've known people that have done heroin. I don't think I've known anybody that actually did it in the eye, because that's fucking insane.
I mean, when you get LASIK,
Yeah.
maybe it's not LASIK because that's laser, but there is a type of thing where like they puncture your eye with a needle.
Nope.
They say, I think my dad's had it done. I don't think you actually like feel it.
No, you don't, because I don't know if there's actual like nerve endings in
Yeah.
your like your corneas and shit.
But just the idea that it's happening.
Yeah, no.
Like, what if you turn your eye? Wouldn't it like?
I feel like they sedate you a little bit to do any kind of eye surgery. But
Maybe.
yeah. I did give blood recently. I donated, and getting the needle in really wasn't bad. Even though I don't like needles, I didn't feel woozy at all until I was almost done donating. And
But you donated a lot.
Yeah, I feel like it was a full 2 bags, and I think it was like, I don't remember how much was in a bag, but at any rate, it was like 2 bags, and near the end of the second bag, my head just kind of like dropped back, and I was and the room started spinning. I was like, oh,
This isn't normal.
Like, I don't feel good. And the tech that was there, he's like, okay, I'm gonna lean you back, because they had like these chairs, like they were kind of like hospital bed type things. And he leaned me back and put a cold cloth on my head and gave me some apple juice. It was like I was in kindergarten again. It was fantastic. But yeah, they gave me apple juice, and I started to feel a little bit better because it got my blood sugar back up and whatnot. But I plan to keep donating because I know it's a really good cause, but I did not feel good.
Yeah, I've never donated just to donate. I don't know if I could.
Do you even
It's
know?
not that I don't want to. It's just
Do you know your blood type?
I don't.
I didn't until I donated, and they enter all your information into an app, and you can actually get on like the the American Red Cross. They have a blood donors app.
That is cool.
Yeah, and I got on there, and I'm A positive, and I made a joke. I remember it this way because I was like, of course I got an A plus, duh. Like, even my blood's smart.
Right. What's the really rare one?
I think O negative is the rarest.
Okay.
I want to say that.
Is that the one that's like universal?
I think so. And what sucks is, I could be wrong, it's either O negative or O positive. That's the universal donor. And what's crazy is they can donate to anybody, but they can only receive from other O negative people.
Oh, that's a bitch.
Yeah. So they can donate to anybody, but if they actually need blood, they can only get their own type. I think that's right. Yeah, because I was looking at a chart that showed all the blood types and who could donate to who. And I think for the most part, most negatives can donate to negatives and positives can donate to positives for the most part. But yeah, like O negative can only receive O negative blood. But O negative blood can be given to anybody. It's so weird how that
that's
works.
odd. My
I could be way off with that, but it was something along those lines.
Okay. My cat Butters, he several years ago he went through he was really anemic. He had this condition called autoimmune hemolytic anemia or something like that. And he was to the point where he was like very low on blood, and he was like ready to die like that day. And we rushed him down to the hospital, and like they didn't even test his blood type. They just started pumping like blood into him because they said that he didn't have time to like actually test his blood type. They just started putting.
So what, did they just guess? Or
I guess
is there a universal donor for cats?
I don't know.
Too,
I guess I don't know if cats.
It could have
I
been
assume
something.
they have different blood types.
Right. I mean, I feel like most mammals probably do.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they just picked one that they knew was good for most blood types or something.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe like orange cats tend to be a certain kind. I don't know.
I don't know. So I know my mom had Butters, which is a crazy story because
but before we knew each
this
other.
happened way before we knew each other. And so my mom found Butters somewhere, I don't remember.
I think she got him at the Upper Sandusky.
Oh yeah, she'd got from a humane society. I
Upper
think.
Sandusky Humane Society.
Yeah. So she got him, and he ended up being like really, like he started acting sick or something happened, Or I don't know. Was he acting sick when you got him? Okay.
No.
I think he was just acting up in the house and not getting along with the other cats or something. And I think he had potty training issues. And so my mom rehomed him to Ty. And
He was outside, like, because your mom's house was near where I work.
yeah, I think you just started
And
petting him outside.
Yeah, I was walking to work and like I started talking to him and he like rolled around on the ground and he had a collar and I called the number and they said, the Humane Society gave me the address and
Yeah.
dropped him off at your mom's.
Yep. And
But yeah, eventually she's like, you asked me if I wanted
like,
him.
do you want to keep him? And you're like, do I want to keep him?
Yeah.
It's a cat. Yes, I want to keep him.
Right.
But so how long after you took him in did he start having health issues?
It was probably a couple years, I think.
Okay.
I mean,
felt
he
like
had
it was
worms right away.
I thought it was pretty early, but I guess it wasn't. Like he was healthy for a while.
Yeah, he was only like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Which is why we put so much money into saving him because he was so young and
Sure.
maybe if he was like 10 or 11.
Yeah, if you
or
have
12,
like an old ass cat and it has those problems, I mean, it's super sad, but it's not worth the time and money to
they've lived a full life
to give them another year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's sad to think that way, but it's the harsh reality of owning pets is like they don't live long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it sucks being such a cat lover.
Yeah, I love animals more than people, so
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
sometimes I just get in this dark state of mind and I'll look at my dogs and my cats and I'm like, they aren't going to live long enough.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to live like 8 times as long as they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
It's the curse.
it's not fair.
You have to try and like realize that the time with them outweighs the feeling of when you lose them, I guess.
Yeah.
All the joy they bring you through the years.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's worth it in the end, I guess.
And I saw a thing and it actually kind of changed the way I treat my animals because I unfortunately was pretty abusive toward, especially Dexter, because he acted up a lot, and so I would like kind of spank him a lot. And I saw a post that said something along the lines of like it was from the dog's perspective or the cat's perspective or your pet's perspective, and it was like saying, don't stay mad at me very long, like I don't have that long and stuff like that. And it was like, you have your work and your friends outside and it's like I only have you, like you're all I know.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes.
And
like
so it changed my perspective. I was like, I need to be nicer to my animals.
Right.
Like and ever since then, like even when he acts up really bad, like sure I'll shove his nose in it. If he chewed something up, I'll shove his nose. Bad dog, and kind of give him a little tap on the nose. But I haven't like gotten physical with Dexter ever since I started thinking about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think about that every now and then with like, it's like their entire world. Well, not as much, I guess, for dogs because you let them out. And I mean, every now and then I'll like pick up one of the cats and like stand out on the porch just so I can like smell the air or whatever. But like their entire world is your house, like for their whole life. It's just
and
crazy.
even if they do
they're
go somewhere,
indoor,
they go somewhere with you.
Yeah.
You're their life.
Yeah.
Like we take the dogs to visit other people and stuff, like especially Lexi's parents. We'll take them over, but we're there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy to think about.
And they say when your animals are dreaming, especially if you see your dog like having puppy dreams where they like kick and whimper or whatever, they say they're dreaming about you because what else would they dream about?
Yeah. Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah, my cats will do that too. Like you see their like whiskers twitch and their paws twitch.
Yep. And what else would they possibly be dreaming about? They don't know anything else.
Unless they're thinking about like when they looked out a window and like saw a squirrel or a bird or something.
Yeah, they could.
I love cats when they chirp when they see like a bird. They make that
weird like
yeah. It's so weird.
Milo does that, and it's weird. He never really did it before we moved in here, but he'll look at another cat or like if we have the laser light out or something, and he'll make that chirping sound. And the first time Lexi heard him, she's like, "Is something wrong with him?" I was like, "No, you've never heard that? Like cats chirp when they hunt."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, I've never." And she never grew up with cats, but I've had cats my entire life, and not all of them chirp like that. But I've had a few that have, and so I'm like, no, that's how they hunt.
Yeah.
It's like they're
like, are they trying to like mimic like a bird sound?
I don't know if they're doing that, or I really don't know why, because it's got to be some kind of instinctual thing.
Yeah.
Like they don't think about, oh, I'm going to chirp now. It's just an instinct. I'm sure there's a kind of probably evolutionary reason behind it, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is.
Isn't it crazy? I don't know if you ever heard this, that cats only meow towards people.
I heard that, but I'm like, that sounds like bullshit to
It's
me.
absolutely true.
But like,
Because like when
so
they,
why cats in the wild that have never seen humans don't meow?
I guess not. Have you ever seen those videos of like people recording like a cat by itself and it'll be making like weird human noises?
It'll be making weird sounds.
And then like when a person shows up, it starts meowing normal. That's
Yeah.
why.
Cats are smarter than we think. They're going to take over the world.
It's just because they only meow towards people.
No, they know exactly what the fuck they're doing.
Okay.
Because I saw a video of a cat that was leaning out the window and there were dogs barking outside, and the cat was barking. The cat was barking like a goddamn dog.
But there were no people around, right?
Doesn't matter. It was barking like a dog. Roar, roar. It was barking. And then the person comes in recording the video. It's like, roar, roar, turns around, roar, roar, meow.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what they do.
no, it's like, fuck, I was caught not meowing. My cover's been blown. I'm more sentient than people give me credit for.
Okay.
They're gonna. Have you ever seen the movie Cats and Dogs?
I believe so, yeah.
It was with these really intelligent
Yeah, like
cats
where
and
they
dogs, and they were
battle
like
each
super
other.
spies and
Yeah.
shit. I think that's real. Which is more believable than half the shit that people believe nowadays.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's...
at least cats
that's-
and dogs exist.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
The world we live in. Generally, cats chirping occurs when a cat is interested in or provoked by prey. It's more of an excited sound and less of a sound used to hunt. Really? It seems to be universal to cats of all ages and breeds. Even wild cats can make this sound. So I guess that's kind of addressing the fact that wild cats don't generally meow.
Yeah.
Which is weird. So why do they meow at people?
I don't know. One theory I thought I saw was like they will make that sound like towards their mother when they're young, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe like when they see a kitten, that's the sound they make. I don't remember.
Yeah, kittens mew even without people around.
Yeah, so maybe they think we're kittens. I don't know.
I've heard that. I've actually heard that cats think that we're silly, clumsy, sloppy kittens.
Yeah.
And so they treat us like they would treat their kittens.
Yeah, that's why they meow at us.
And also that's why they bring us dead things. It's like they're trying
Yeah.
to feed us.
Could be. That could be.
It's like, I got to take care of this stupid human.
I've always just heard that they're like trying to, get your affection or your impression or whatever. But yeah, that makes sense too.
Yeah. It's so funny the way cats and dogs are so different. I've always said that cats think that we're God. Dogs think
yeah.
that we're God. Cats think that they are.
Yeah. Yeah, like a dog will love you like unconditionally when it first meets you and that, but like a cat, you have to earn it.
Yeah.
Like it has to choose you and,
Yeah, I saw what it was. It was a meme. It said, "This human gives me all the love and affection and food that I ever need. He must be God." A dog. A cat. This guy gives me everything I could ever need in food all the time. I must be God.
I must be a god. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so accurate because cats have that attitude
Oh yeah.
and dogs have that loyalty. So, yeah, and I love them both so much. I've always been more of a cat person, but I got dogs when me and Lexi got together because she's a dog person. And so we got some dogs, and I've become much more of a dog person. If I still had to choose a house with dogs or cats, only dogs or only cats, I would definitely pick cats. But I do love my dogs.
I've had a couple dogs in the past and I could take or leave them. I don't mind. Like
You love our dogs.
to me, like dogs are like people say like grandkids are. Like as long as they're not at my house and I can go see them and be around them and then I don't have to take care of them once I leave,
Sure.
that's fine.
Yeah,
But like I don't know.
they're needy.
Yeah.
Like you have to take them out, whereas cats just go in the litter box.
Yeah. You can go away for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and the cat will be perfectly fine.
Yeah, they won't even realize you left.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
You go back inside and they're like, "Oh, you were gone?"
yeah, a great analogy I've heard is having a dog is like having a child. Having a cat is like having a roommate.
Right? Yeah.
The cat just lives in the house with you. The
Yeah.
dog you have to take care of.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. But Dexter always sits up here when we podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good friend.
He's a good boy.
So we debated on whether or not we were going to bring this up because for the safety of our households.
I mean, maybe it's not a real concern, but like,
I'm not that concerned about it.
like I haven't ever even shared on Facebook. As far as I know, nobody on Facebook at all, other than like
I'm the only one who knows.
other my other two closest friends are the only ones who know I even have it.
We're talking so subtle about it, like we still don't want to name drop what we got. I'm gonna say it. We got PlayStation 5s.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Ty's had his for a while.
Yeah, I got mine about a month or so ago, maybe a little bit more.
I've had mine for a full 2 days.
Yes. And how did you get yours?
Ty got it for me. Well, he didn't buy it for me.
No, you paid for it.
Yeah, but okay, so shout out to Hot Stock. They came in.
Yeah.
They came in clutch. If you're still looking for a PS5, there's an app called Hot Stock, and
Hot Stock.
Yeah, Hot Stock, but it's like one word.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a little red app with a flame on it. So you go on there and you select what you're looking for. So if you're looking for the PS5 or the new Xbox, whatever, and then you can select all the different shops online that it'll search for you. I always deselected eBay because those are the ones that are going to be charging you like upwards of $1,000.
You can set a price limit on it, but I
don't trust eBay for that.
And I stopped trusting Walmart
because they're going to send me a toaster.
Yeah. I stopped doing Walmart too
just because they sell out in a second.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Walmart allows so many bots. It's not even funny.
Yeah, no. But anyway, so yeah, you can go on there and check, and it'll alert you with a notification saying, "Hey, this shop has it in stock. Like, hurry up and try to get your order in."
Mm-hmm.
And so I was still asleep in the morning because I work second shift. I usually sleep till noon, and it must have been around 10, 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And Ty got the notification because we both had it set up on our phones so that hopefully one of us could get through.
Yeah. And you had given me your card information.
I gave him, like, I signed my life away over to Ty.
Good thing I'm a good friend.
Right. You could have bought anything you wanted. But, Best Buy ended up getting them in stock for pickup. They weren't they weren't shipping them out, but
luckily Best Buy's not that far from us.
Yeah.
About a half hour.
Yeah. And, Best Buy, especially you got yours through Best Buy too,
yeah,
right?
It was a similar situation. I had a friend that I used to work with who had a extension downloaded on his Chrome browser, and kind of the same thing. He kept an eye out for him and bought one when it popped up, and I paid him for it. So
neither of us bought our own PS5s, really.
No.
But so he got one and he sent me a text and
I said, "How much do you love me?"
Yeah, and I didn't get it until I woke up around an hour or so later.
Yeah.
And at first I was looking, I was like, well, what'd he do? And then it kind of dawned on me, and I just texted back. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, did you get one? And he sent me the receipt, screenshot of the receipt, and I was like, ah.
It was killer just waiting for that hour for you to wake up. I'm like, wake up. I want to tell you.
What was killer was that was a Friday. Last Friday, like almost over a week ago Friday.
Yeah.
And it wasn't ready for pickup. Well, we thought it wasn't going to be ready for pickup until the following Saturday.
Yeah,
Not the day after, but a week after.
8 days.
Yeah. And so I was like, no, I got to wait all week to get it. And I kept having like pessimistic thoughts, like something's going to happen. The order's not going to go through right.
Yeah.
They're not actually going to get them in stock.
I was the same way for mine. I'm like, maybe they like it was a false in stock alert.
Yeah.
And they actually don't have it in stock.
Yeah, it's like, my order's in, but they're supposed to get their shipment in Saturday. What if that shipment doesn't come?
Yeah.
All these thoughts were popping in my head because I'm like, until it's in my room and I'm playing it, I still don't believe they exist.
Because it's unreal
how difficult it is to get one.
This has by far been the hardest I think any system's ever been to get a hold of.
I could see this within the first month.
Yeah.
It released last November.
Yeah.
It's almost March. Yeah. When you're listening to this, it will be March.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's not okay.
It's absolutely crazy.
It was early or mid-November.
Was early. It was November
11th?
10th, I think.
Around there.
Because I think this Valhalla came out the same day.
So let's count November, December, January, February, March.
No, you don't count November.
Well, roughly like 3.5 months it's been out.
Yeah.
And that's too long to still
most people still don't have them.
Yeah. The majority of people are still searching like almost every day.
More people are starting to get them. Like I am in a group and Facebook group, and there's a lot of people who are.
I actually did see a couple of my friends online because if you have a PlayStation 4 even and you go online to your friends list, it'll show an icon beside your friend telling you what console they're playing. It'll have a little logo. I am trying so hard to help my dog jump down. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. That wasn't. I didn't lose my train of thought that whole time.
Yeah. The logo is different on people who are online
On
for
a
the PS4 or
PS4 or
PS5.
5, yeah, it'll have like the logo will look like the PS4 or 5. And a couple of my friends I noticed had the PS5 logo. So I mean, they're getting out.
Yeah, and I read an article where it said Sony's hoping that like each month there's going to be more and more in stock.
It just boggles my mind that they haven't tried harder to stop bots from purchasing.
Yeah. Best Buy's pretty good about how they do it. I think
There's like several captchas and stuff, right?
yeah, they send you a message, like they text you a message, I believe, to either sign in or enter a code or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, you said you actually had to sign into your Best Buy account, right?
Yeah.
And you almost forgot the password.
I didn't know the password because it wasn't, for some reason, it's not in my Apple keychain. And I guessed on the one that I used for some other stuff, and it just happened to be the right one.
Yeah. Luckily for me, I probably still wouldn't have a PS5.
And I had your payment set as my default payment. I
nice.
was ready to go.
Heck yeah.
But
Yeah, so Ty came through clutch.
yeah.
And if you haven't seen this thing in person, it is a goddamn behemoth.
It's gigantic. I
It's
think
a cinder block.
I think it's bigger than the original 3.
Yeah, do you remember the 3s? If you were around to buy an original shiny PS3, the fat boy, that's what I call it. It was
It's bigger than
colossal.
Yeah.
And this thing just towers over it.
It's heavy too. Did you try and pick it up yet?
Hell no.
Yeah,
I'm worried for my shelf.
It's heavy.
That's why I called it a cinder block. Yeah, it does look neat though. I kind of like the style.
I can live with it while it's on its side, which is how I have mine as well. Standing up, I don't like
I
the
think
one
it
with
looks
the
better.
disc.
I think it looks better standing up than it does laying down. But the way I have my TV set up, I don't have enough room to stand it up tall ways.
I do at home, and I don't like it. If I had the digital version, which was actually the version I wanted, but I decided to take what I could get at this point.
No kidding.
And I will get into it that I am kind of happy I got this one, but I like the digital version better because it's symmetrical.
It looks better. I'll give you that.
It's perfectly symmetrical. There's no bulge. It doesn't look pregnant when it's standing up.
I like pregnant.
But I am like, okay, there's two sides to it. Well, I haven't bought a disc for a long time, but I do like the fact that I don't have to have another system hooked up if I want to like throw in an old PS4 game.
Sure.
I was willing to just leave my PS4 plugged in and put it in there, so it is a little more convenient, but I think I would still rather give that up to have a better looking console, but it's fine. I'll take it.
Performance over looks for me. Like I would rather have a shitty 1995 Civic that drives than a Porsche that's broken down.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. To me, it's just like, yeah, it looks funny. I'll absolutely grant you that the digital version looks 100 times better. It is unsymmetrical, and I'm kind of OCD about certain things. So like, the symmetry of the digital version is kind of a big thing to me too. But like you said, I have a lot of PS4 discs, and I would have to play on my PS4 if I wanted to go back and play them.
Yeah.
And even like some of mine were able to be upgraded to the PS5 version, and so it was easy. I could just pop in the PS4 disc, and boom, I have the PS5 version. So
I don't have any discs. That's how long it's been since I bought one. I don't have any that were upgradable. But like I said, it is nice to kind of have it all in one place.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Not spread
too,
across two systems.
Right.
So I mean, I guess all in all, I am kind of glad I got it. I'm big enough to admit that I'm glad that I have the disc version.
Oh my God, Dexter. He literally pulled my headphones off my
He's being difficult.
He's making his grand debut today. Usually you can't tell he's here.
Yeah.
But
like,
go ahead.
being on its side, I could totally live with it. It looks fine on its side, I think.
How cool is all the attention to detail?
Oh, it's amazing. The controller if you have one, and even if you don't, you can look it up. But if you have one, you can see the grippy parts on the back where it feels kind of rough. If you look super close, it's all the different PlayStation symbols: the square, X, triangle, and circle.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bunch of
they
them.
incorporate that in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't notice that until you told Lexi about it, and she told me. And even then, I was like, no, it's not. I was like, it's just bumpy. Then I got closer. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, you took a picture with your phone and like zoomed it in. You can really see it.
And I can really see it on the phone. Yeah, it's easier to see if you take a picture and zoom in than it is with the naked eye, because it's just hard to focus on something so small, because they're literally like the tip of a needle, but they're the shapes. And also there's a game that comes pre-installed called Astro's Playroom, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like it's a 3D platformer, and the gameplay itself is pretty simple. It's a pretty easy game.
Yeah.
But it's super fun, and it makes so many references to older PlayStation generations and games and stuff.
Yeah, it's like this little bot guy, and
he's kind of been a mascot of the PlayStation over the last like 3 generations, I think.
And there's a whole bunch of them like around all the different levels, and like they're all acting out different scenes from like games over the years. Like there's 4 stages, and each stage represents like the PS1, 2, 3, and 4. And yeah, it's by far one of the most fun games.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if you get the PS5 before you play and get involved in anything else, it only takes like you beat it in 4 hours.
I beat it in 4 hours.
Yeah, not including the trophies and stuff, but that would only take you another hour maybe.
I got 90% of them during that 4-hour playthrough.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, and it's just a blast. You will not regret it, I promise.
Oh, absolutely. Like I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I feel like we've talked about that on the show before, and so I was really looking forward to playing the new Miles Morales Spider-Man, because I put off playing on the PS4 because I wanted to play the best version of the game.
And for me, it was Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
And so I did, before I even started up Astros, I did play the first few chapters of Spider-Man, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I haven't played Spider-Man since.
Yeah.
Which is I couldn't stop playing Astro's Playroom. It's just fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Especially for anyone who's a big PlayStation fan and has been through the years. It's so nostalgic.
Yeah. If this is your first PlayStation you're buying, then it may not be you may not get the most out of it. It's still fun.
Absolutely.
But you may not get the most out of it. But the biggest thing about the game is it really shows off what the DualSense controller can do.
Oh my God. This new controller is the craziest part about it. I can't stop thinking about it and talking about it.
When they first brought it up, like before I actually had it in my hands, it was like, okay, that's something, I guess, but it's not a big
controller.
Deal.
Cool.
Yeah. But the haptics of it,
oh my God,
are unreal.
You can feel everything that happens in the game. Like, to me, the most satisfying and the most memorable thing I can remember is in Astro's Playroom. There's a level where it's raining, and your little dude puts one of those like head umbrella on, those like, it's like a hat, but it has an umbrella, and he puts one of those on, and you can feel the raindrops. I don't know how to explain that to you. You just have to feel
it, because it's not just like your standard rumble that you would feel.
It's not the rumble. No, it feels like it's raining on your hands. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. There has to be several different rumble sizes and
I mean, they have the haptic type thing in your iPhone and stuff now, but you don't hold your iPhone the way you hold a controller. No. It touches like every surface of your palm, really.
Right. And these triggers. Let's talk about these triggers.
Let's talk about the triggers. So I heard when they announced it that they were going to have like trigger resistant. Like that was going to be a thing. And I was like, oh, okay, that's neat. Right?
Yeah, like you're pulling back on a bow and like you can feel the tension in it.
Right. Instead of just pressing the trigger. And I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't grasp the reality of what that meant until I was playing, because it feels crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know what the inside of the controller looks like to make it feel this way. It's got to be some kind of spring type. I don't know.
Yeah. But and there's like a system where like it even like will go down part way, and then you can like push the rest, and like you can feel it clicking down.
Like ka-chunk.
Yeah.
Because there's a feature in the Astro's Playroom that it's almost like a gumball machine kind of. Like you pull a lever and you get one of those little pods, like an old toy machine.
And it goes into like a little claw, like a hand.
Yeah, and then it pops it open. But when you pull that lever, there's tension for the first half of the lever pull, and then it chunk, and like
you have to like squeeze down hard.
You have to squeeze pretty hard, and then halfway down it'll just click into place. And it feels like you're pulling something.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing. And I haven't played a shooter yet. I'm currently downloading the PS5 version of the newest Call of Duty because I'm interested to see what like a gun trigger will feel like.
Yeah, like it does rumble. It rumbles in the triggers too.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember the first time encountering resistance on that. I was worried because I felt like I was gonna break
Yeah.
it.
I was like, I gotta push it pretty hard.
Yeah, I felt like it was gonna. There's too much resistance. I was gonna break it. But
Yeah, because I feel like when you start up Astro's Playroom, it just kind of highlights like, hey, this controller can do this, it can do this. It was like, hey, feel this. It was like press the triggers now, and it was like no resistance. It was like press the triggers now, and it was a lot of resistance. I was like, whoa.
I know it's not a new thing in controllers, but it's got the motion detection. You can like tilt up or down, side to side.
It seems really good in this one though.
Yeah,
like,
and there's a level where you're like a monkey. And you're in like a monkey suit, and you have to like swing your controller from side to side to get him to reach his arms to like grab onto the next part.
Yeah, and there's another one where a lot of them do motion controls, like.
With the frog too,
and with the ball. The ball was the touchscreen.
Yeah,
the touchpad.
Yeah.
So you're like in a ball, and you have to swipe your finger to roll it around. And I feel like this touchpad is way more accurate to the movement than the PS4 one was. It like senses your movements really good on that. And I feel like that's an underutilized feature of the controller. I feel like I used the touchpad on my PS4 like once.
Yeah, they mostly just use it for another button.
Yeah, it's basically your select button. Because they got rid of the select button when they went to the PS4, and
the
pad
share
became the select button. I feel like some of the early PS4 games tried to incorporate that, but then it just went away.
It kind of faded off, yeah.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, in the one level where it brings up like a pinwheel, and you actually like blow into it.
Yeah, because the controller also has a built-in microphone.
Yeah.
Which that's new, right?
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think the PS4s had a mic in it. You could plug in a mic.
Yeah, or it had the speaker, but
but it didn't have the actual. And the speaker in these sound really good.
It does sound good, yeah.
But so there would be a part where the pinwheel came up, and you actually blow into the microphone of your controller to spin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really thought of everything to try to incorporate that. But that's been a thing for a while. Even going back to the Nintendo DS.
Okay.
Yeah. There was did you ever play the battle mode on Mario Kart where you'd have the balloons and stuff? There was I don't know if it was an Easter egg or a hidden feature if they actually told you about it, but you blew on your screen and it would blow up an extra balloon for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And so even that would it would hear the air rushing into the microphone on the DS.
Okay.
But
so it's kind of new for like
it's new for a controller console type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember Hey You Pikachu?
Oh yeah, that microphone works so well.
I never had it, but I'm
just kidding. It was bad. It was really bad.
I rented it from the video store. But
the concept was great, but the voice recognition technology at the time was not.
Yeah.
So I feel like to bring Hey You Pikachu to the Switch would be fantastic because you get a hold of Apple, get a hold of Amazon, somebody that's really good with voice technology, with Siri and Alexa and all that.
And connect it to that.
And partner with them and have it recognize your voice.
Come on.
That was the slowest.
It didn't open. It was like really hard to open. What's wrong with your pop?
I don't know. Damn.
That's 2 failed ones back to back.
Sorry.
I'm really slipping.
Slippage. Oh, it's because they overfilled it. Look how full it is.
Oh, jeez.
Well, more bang for your buck.
I guess. Kind of ruined what I was going for, though.
Yeah, well, and you interrupted my sentence. Okay, here we go. What the fuck was I saying?
We were talking about
the speakers
in old generation games.
Oh, yeah. So if they partnered with Amazon or something to have the voice recognition that they have now for like a Hey You Pikachu type game, I feel like that would be really good now.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because you probably could completely control a game with your voice now. Probably. Yeah, so that would be neat. Because I know they're redoing Pokemon Snap, so...
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up. That was one of my most fun games most enjoyable games when I was little.
I didn't play it a lot, which is weird for me because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. But I think at the time I was pretty young. And so for my attention span to take pictures of Pokemon, I was like, why would I do that when I can just play Pokemon Stadium and battle?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did play it a little bit. I don't think I ever owned it. That was for the N64, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I ever owned it, but I remember renting it. But I remember most of my time spent on the N64 was on Pokemon Stadium. I loved that game.
Yeah. There were so many Easter eggs in it that I'm sure I never unlocked, but like little ones like where you could throw an apple out and like they would pop out or something, or they would do something when they got the apple, or you could throw it at them and at the Pokemon and it like, spin around like it got like dizzy.
Did you play? I don't think you
But
did.
Stadium was awesome. I loved Stadium.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting to like plug your cartridge in and play as your Pokemon that you had on your game. It's like seeing them come to life in 3D was awesome.
Yeah, because back then, I think Gold and Silver was the game at the time, I think, for the Game Boy Color.
Okay, I don't remember.
I think for the original, because they made a Pokemon Stadium 2 that had like Lugia and Ho-Oh and stuff,
Okay.
and
I never
it was
played
second generation.
that one.
But at any rate, yeah, so you had, 8-bit pixel versions of your Pokemon on your Game Boy Color, and to transfer them to Stadium and see them in a 3D model was really
Be
cool.
like, that's my Pokemon with my moves that I put.
I caught that one in Pallet Town or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't catch Pokemon
You don't
in
catch in
Pallet
Pallet
Town.
Town.
You get your starter in Pallet Town.
Yeah.
But so shit, I was gonna say. Oh, did you have a 3DS?
No.
Okay, so you never got to play Sun and Moon then.
I never played past
Kanto.
Sapphire, and I barely played that one.
Oh, Sapphire's my favorite. You got to replay that.
I
Anyway,
don't even know if I have it anywhere
I have
anymore.
it, so I need to let you borrow my Game Boy Advance.
See, I played Yellow, and then what was after that?
Well, Yellow, Red, and Blue were all.
I know.
Kind of the
Yeah,
same
I mean
generation.
that was the most recent one out of that
okay.
generation that I played.
Okay, after that was Gold and Silver.
Okay, I think I played one of those.
They did Gold, Silver, and then Crystal was the like dual version. of it.
Okay.
And then after that, they switched to the Advance and went to Ruby and Sapphire.
Okay. Yeah, that was the last one I did.
I know my Pokemans.
Oh yeah, you do.
But
Today's Pokemon Day.
It is 25th anniversary.
Well, not today anymore, but
It was.
yeah.
We started recording this on Saturday,
Yeah.
and it was
The 25th
25th
anniversary.
anniversary, which
Yep.
is big. So I was 3 years old
Wow.
when Pokemon came out.
I was 8.
You're old.
Thanks.
But okay, so anyway, on Pokemon Sun and Moon for the 3DS, they did put a little feature in where you'd see these random spots where like a fence was broken or like there was a hole in the wall or something, and you could stop at that spot and peer through it with your camera and try to find a Pokemon and take a picture of it. So
Oh,
it was
that's
like
cool.
It was a Pokemon Snap like feature to
Huh.
the game. But the spots were kind of few and far between. I feel like there were 15 or less spots in the entire game. But it was the kind of thing, it was like a callback to Pokemon Snap, because you would have to wait for the Pokemon to be in the right spot, and you would get points based on how centered the Pokemon was in your shot and all this stuff if they were looking at the camera.
Yeah, that was all those big features in Snap.
Yeah, so it was a Snap-like feature, and people kind of thought that might be a hint, like, oh, are they going to do Snap again? And here they are now.
Yeah.
Which that was a while ago.
2021, yeah.
Yep, because Sun and Moon, I can't remember when that came out, but it's been years.
Yeah.
So, because they've done, oh, that's only one generation later, I guess. We're on the Sword and Shield generation, and before that was Sun and Moon. So I guess it's not that old.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that was the last Pokemon
Yeah, 'cause
game
you
I
played
'cause I
Sword and
played
Shield.
Sword and Shield, yeah.
Fantastic, too.
Oh,
I
man,
love
that's
those.
a great game. I still need to finish the most recent DLC. I
Oh,
started
you haven't played it?
No, I've started it and I've got through like the first part where you like finish. Come on, Dexter. Where you choose like what horse you want,
Oh, yeah.
and through that whole mission thing, and I did that, and then I can't remember exactly where I left off, but I know I still have more to do on it.
Did you pick the ghost type? Or the ice type? There's a ghost and an ice.
I don't remember. I think I picked ice, but I'm not positive.
I picked a ghost,
I
naturally.
think I did pick ghost.
Because ghost type's my favorite Pokemon type. So I was stoked that they did a ghost type for it.
I don't know what my favorite type is.
Favorite type right now?
Electric.
You don't have to stick with that, but
I mean, that's just
why? Because you like Pikachu?
Jolteon.
Oh, okay.
He was always my favorite of the Eevees.
I have a Jolteon plushie. I have all the Eevees.
Yep.
They need to do a ghost type.
Yeah.
Do you think if you beat a Pokemon to death that they turn into a ghost type?
Morbid thought, but
Yeah, so you know how Eevee evolves with like stones for the most part?
Yeah.
They said to turn Eevee into a ghost type, you just use a regular rock.
Yeah, just bash it. Just kill it.
That's how you turn it to a ghost type. That's horrible.
There is a lot of like
There's some dark shit.
dark shit in Pokemon lore, like Marowak or Cubone wearing the skull of its mother.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in a children's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's crazy shit like Hypno. If you don't know Pokemon, Hypno is this creepy looking yellow Pokemon that has a medallion, like a hypnotist medallion. And his Pokemon lore, his Pokédex entry said he used to hypnotize kids and lead them away from their parents. Like,
That's terrible.
but it's a Japanese game, and Japanese has always
Yeah.
kind of been steeped in that creepy type nature and dark history and shit. So, and they get away with a lot more over there than we do over here as far as their media and whatnot.
Right.
So it's funny. There's actually been a lot of censorship in American Pokemon games as opposed to Japanese Pokemon games.
Really?
Yeah. Like, do you remember? Yeah, you've played Kanto a lot. So very early on, there's a guy that's blocking your path in Pewter City, and you have to wait for him to get his coffee
Yeah, I think I
so
remember
that you can get by. And he's basically just there to make sure you go off to the side and do your rival battle.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So in the American games, he's tired and hasn't got his coffee. In the Japanese games, he's drunk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's a bunch of shit just like that. Like, the swimmers were dressed more provocatively. Like, they were in a bikini in the Japanese games, and they gave them like shorts in the American games, and like just all these kind of subtle things, but they kind of mellowed it out for the American version.
That's funny.
And the biggest thing is Jinx. Have you heard the controversy around Jinx?
Being blackface?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like blackface.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
so in Japan, she has a black face. In America, her face is purple. They changed it.
I guess I never realized that. I always thought it was still black.
No, yeah. I always thought it was too. And like, I guess I never really paid much attention. But yeah, if you look up a picture of Jinx, the American version is purple.
But yeah, I mean, she's clearly modeled after the racist, cartoony version of a black person.
Yeah,
with the giant lips. And
they say that's not where they got their origin, and I believe them because blackface was never a thing in Japan. And what was a thing in Japan was models that would go over the top with the big blonde hair and the crazy makeup for things, and they said that's what Jinx is modeled after. And I'm inclined to believe them because blackface was never really a thing in Japan, and that style of makeup was.
She does act more like a provocative.
Yeah.
Like one of her moves is like kissing you, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think that's where the thing is.
I can see that.
It's an unfortunate coincidence that it looks exactly like blackface.
Yeah, they should have probably done a little bit more research.
Yeah, but I don't think when they first made Pokemon in Jinx's first generation, they didn't expect it to blow up overseas the way it did. And when it did, I think they they got their shit jumped pretty quickly over Jinx and changed it pretty quickly. It wasn't, they're like, oh shit, we didn't realize that. So fix that. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's been a bunch of stuff like that that's been kind of altered between generations.
I don't think we've ever done a Pokemon episode. I've always talked about it because you are such a Pokemon freak. And I mean, I love it, but not to the extent that you do. But like,
we're getting into it now.
Yeah. I feel like there needs to be like a whole episode that we just dedicate to Pokemon.
Yeah. Speaking of controversy, do you know what the most controversial Pokemon of all time is?
Is it from a generation I know?
Yeah, first gen.
Okay.
If you don't know, when I bring it up, you might know why.
Can you give me a hint of what type it is?
Normal.
That helps.
I know. There's not very many of those.
No, I don't know.
Porygon.
Porygon.
Do you know why? So there was an episode of the anime that was called something Porygon. I don't remember the name of the episode. Forgive me. But it was the only episode of the anime to ever feature a Porygon. And so what happened in the show was it only aired in Japan.
That's the one that the Silphco makes, right? Created?
Yeah, it was like do you not remember what it looks like?
Yeah, it's like
this weird dinosaur looking thing almost, and it's very polygony.
Yeah.
It's like pink and bluish.
Pink and like teal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like a greenish blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a man-made Pokemon.
Yeah.
But okay, so in the episode, they're fighting a Porygon, and Pikachu uses Thunderbolt on the Porygon, and it kind of like sends out this weird signal, and the screen flashed blue and red back and forth really quickly in the background of that fight scene, and a bunch of people watching the show got seizures from it. And they immediately pulled the episode. That episode never aired in America, and since that day, there's been added 2 evolutions. There's a Porygon 2 and a Porygon Z evolution. Porygon and none of its evolutions have ever been in the anime ever since then.
So it's controversial
Because of that.
Okay.
But what's insane is it's like a banned Pokemon. Because of that episode, they've never put that Pokemon in any other episode ever again.
Wow.
Even though the flashing is what caused the seizure, not the Pokemon itself.
Right.
So they could have these Pokemon in the anime without causing seizures, but I think just because of that, they don't want to be reminded of what happened. So they're like, no, like it's the only Pokemon to never be in a anime.
I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
To me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I guess they're just wanting to stay away from that topic entirely.
And then there's that conspiracy theory about
Town.
Lavender Town.
Oh, man. It is fucking creepy.
Yeah.
The Lavender Town, it's called Lavender Town Syndrome is the theory. It's kind of turned into like a creepypasta.
Yeah, that's probably more an accurate description.
It did cause...
Urban legend.
The frequencies of the Lavender Town sound in the Japanese versions of the game is a little bit different than the American versions, and that could be because of the high frequencies, or it could just be because of, well, they changed the games and they updated them for the American versions. But the theory goes that, well, I'll go with the real story first, and then I'll tell the theory, is that the frequencies would cause kids to have some headaches and whatnot, and so that's why they changed it. That's the dullest version of this theory.
Right.
The most extreme version says it causes kids to have headaches and go insane and commit suicide.
Kill themselves, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot. I guess a lot of the urban legend is that they would go up like on the roof and jump off and kill themselves. And so like it's crazy to think of that, and then listen to the song is eerie just because of the theory itself. And the song itself is fucking creepy.
Yeah.
But I bought into that for a long time. I was like, yeah, it made people kill themselves. And but no, if you can go on YouTube and find the original Japanese version of it.
Yeah.
And to me it sounds maybe a little different, but I haven't killed myself yet, so I mean,
you keep threatening to, but you just never do it.
Fucking bullshit, because I listened to it for that intended purpose. But
do you remember? I can't remember when exactly it was. I'm thinking it was like in the early 2000s or something. It was mid 2000s. It was this big trend where people were listening to these like sounds or weird types of music, and they were supposed to act as like drugs. Does that sound familiar to you? They were supposed to
like the brown noise?
No. Stupid. But they were supposed to like put you in a trance and like give your like mind some sort of like dopamine rush or whatever.
I feel like that was a thing. I remember a thing called binaural beats, something like that, and it was supposed to put you in like a relaxed state like that.
There was supposed to be like this one infamous one called like Hell's Gate or something that was supposed to like kill you or whatever.
Really?
But yeah.
You know, that's funny that you say that, because I listened to a podcast called the Magnus Archives. I don't know if I've talked to you about this. It's called the Magnus Archives, and it's a podcast. It's fictional, and they just tell spooky stories. And like, so in the world of the podcast, there's this place called the Magnus Archives, and they take statements from people that have had paranormal experiences, right? And it kind of goes like, some of the episodes will tie in with other ones. It's actually pretty neat. But anyway, the most recent one I listened to was called Grifter's Bone. And there was this band called Grifter's Bone that would just pop up out of nowhere in a music club. And they wouldn't even be on the ticket or anything. And they'd go up and play a song, and it would actually sound beautiful at first. But then out of nowhere, everybody listening would like go absolutely insane and just like tear themselves apart.
Huh.
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because yeah, that's what that episode was about. It was, it's something similar. So I wonder if one of those things inspired the other, because a lot of the episodes are kind of based on certain urban legends and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a ghost song, Cerise. It's actually the one that you told me you
it's
really like.
it's probably like the only song that I've really gotten into by them.
Yeah, the video for it kind of is along those lines. Like there's these kids playing the song like at a talent show. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched part of it.
And like the people like start like going crazy and like something's come over them. But
yeah, I loved it. It was like, didn't they come up on stage like in the makeup and everything? Like the kids did?
The kids were all dressed up as
they were dressed up as
the
the band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like a bunch of bands have done something along those lines where it's like a kid performing the song at a talent show. And it's just a neat idea to do that.
Yeah.
I can't place it. I know there's another band I think I thought of that it was a metal band and they were like super heavy and it was like these kids up there playing it. It was so funny.
That's good.
Good shit. Good shit. Yeah. We jumped around a lot. Look at us go.
Yeah, I don't know if we jumped around as much as last time. It's kind of just becoming a theme, though.
It's like, let's start on a topic and see how far away from that topic we can get by the end.
Right. And how can we get back to our starting topic?
Right.
What was our starting?
We started with talking about you getting vaccinated.
Vaccine.
And now we're on Pokemon. I guess there's quite a bit of separation from vaccinations and Pokemon.
Yeah. I'm proud of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, we are on social media. Facebook, Twitter,
Instagram,
YouTube.
And that's it? Is that it?
That's it.
YouTube. You said YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And I did get an email this week. I looked for us, but I couldn't find it yet, saying we are on Pandora now.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
so if you'd rather,
we're pretty much
you're hearing this. So
yeah.
But if you'd rather listen on Pandora, I think that may be an option now.
We're pretty much on any streaming thing you could possibly want.
If they have podcasts, we're probably on it.
Yeah.
And if we're not, use a different one.
And also, I want give us a rating because we only have 5 ratings, at least on the Apple. I don't think you can give ratings on Spotify. Maybe you can.
I don't know if you can or not.
But
anything that's available, if there's a option to rate us, please. That it really helps push us up. Because if you search, honestly, if I search for TNT Podcast on Apple, I have to scroll pretty far to find us because there's other people that have named their podcast that. Variations of that.
Actually, after I had stopped subscribing, because we had a little bit of an issue with it this last week, and I had to unsubscribe and resubscribe. But when I was unsubscribed, it was only a few swipes over.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And I was just looking it up, and this is our 41st episode, and we're over 800 downloads. So
that's not bad. I'll take it.
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody who listens. And if you could just take the time to give us a little bit of a like.
Yeah, a feedback, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Or Instagram, whatever, any social media you use.
Yeah, we're still getting some or 1 or 2 views a week, but I'd like to see that go up. But I mean, it's whatever.
We'll keep putting out to the 3 people listening. I don't care.
Right.
I just have fun doing it.
3 people just downloading 20 times every week.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Even if hardly anyone is listening, I enjoy this.
Yeah, we don't do it.
I'm not doing this to be famous.
Yeah, we do it because we like it.
Yeah. But with that said,
it's over a year too.
Yeah. Our 1 year anniversary was just a few days ago.
Yeah. Was it last week or was it this week?
It was during this.
It was after the last one came out.
Yeah. Yep. Because we had to subscribe to
our host
site,
Podbean,
and our subscription re-upped, and
it's crazy. It doesn't feel like it's been an entire year.
Because this will be our 41st episode.
Yeah. So we took a break because of the
pandemic.
There's
11 weeks that we didn't put an episode out.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that was during the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And then others were just things that
came up and we just couldn't get to it. Yeah.
Yeah, but 41 weeks out of 52.
I'll take it. That's pretty good.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
And plenty more where that came from.
Absolutely. Here's to another.
So strap on. Yeah. I mean, strap in.
Did he say strap in or strap on?
You know what? Either way. But yes, that is all we have to say on that.
And we will see you next time. Always got to get that in, don't you?
That's what she said.